Top 10 Isekai Manga with OPMC and no one can defeat him. Isekai stories are a popular genre of manga, often featuring characters who are transported to a different world. These stories often feature an overpowered main character who is so powerful that no one can defeat them. If you are looking for some great Isekai Manga with an OPMC, here are the top 10 that you should check out. Number 10. Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. This manga follows a group of people who are suddenly transported to a fantasy world with no memories of their past. Despite their lack of experience, they soon discover that they have the power to easily defeat any opponent who stands in their way. I like it a lot, it's very realistic unlike other isekais, it's different, and that's what is good about it. The MC and his group are not overpowered or geniuses, and they are normal everyday people that got summoned to a random world and are confused, scared, lost, and have no memory. Number 9. Gate. Thus, the JSTF fought there. This manga follows Yuji Itami, an otaku who is transported to a fantasy world that is filled with monsters and mythical creatures. With the help of the Japanese self-defense force, he is able to easily defeat any opponent who stands in their way. This anime is insanely fun to watch and read, and if you want more detail, read it. If you want action, and watch it. I highly suggest this to guys that like funny, awesome, and interesting anime or manga like this where you have people with guns fighting fantasy-themed enemies. Because seriously, who wouldn't want to see a dragon shot by AA and rockets? Who wouldn't want to see those silly nice attempts to charge their best while hit with mines, artillery, and snipers? Number 8. The Saga of Tanya the Evil. This manga follows Tanya Djorchov, a young girl who is transported to a world where magic and technology are at war. With her incredible tactical skills and powerful magic, she quickly proves to be an unstoppable force. I love the Saga of Tanya the Evil. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. That's why I am disheartened to say the manga kinda blows. I don't know why the pacing is furiously fast and glosses over key moments without even giving them more than a page. It feels like fragmented story jumping from place to place, and the action is lackluster at best. Number 7. Log Horizon. This manga follows Shiroi, a student who is suddenly transported to a fantasy world. He quickly discovers that he has the ability to manipulate any situation to his advantage, allowing him to easily overpower any opponent who stands in his way. A very enjoyable anime compared to SAO, it contains not much of an action, but more strategy, slice of life, and comedy. Log Horizon uses the MMORPG aspect also a lot more as SAO does, which is very nice to see. And is for me who also has played several of MMORPGs. It starts out as the same as SAO but takes a totally different route and succeeds in this instead of trying to copy SAO. I would definitely recommend this anime if you like, hate, or don't even know SAO. Number 6. No Game, No Life. An urban legend states that those exceptionally gifted at gaming will be sent a special game invitation, and the winners of the challenge will be whisked away to another world. When Sora and Shiro, two hikikomori needs who happen to be both siblings and notorious gamers, receive this invitation, they defeat it with ease, and like the legends tell, they are transported to another world where conflicts, people's lives, and even country borders are decided by competitions and games. Always up for a challenge, the pair quickly take on the obstacles that come their way, whether it be restoring lowly humanity's good name compared with the other races or helping influence who will become the next king. Number 5. Tensei Sitara Slime Dataken. This manga follows Rimuru Tempest, a slime monster who is given the power to absorb the abilities of any creature he defeats. With his power, he quickly proves to be an unstoppable force, easily defeating any opponent who stands in his way. The story really is impressive. For me, the ending was remarkable. The MC is the POV, and it all made me reminded of the anime or manga, the one first novel I have really loved. So you may as well not take it too seriously, but it's precisely what it looks like and what the anime gives you. It was a great fun. Number 4. Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. After a traffic accident, Kazuma Sato's disappointingly brief life was supposed to be over, but he wakes up to see a beautiful girl before him. She claims to be a goddess, Aqua, and asks if he would like to go to another world and bring only one thing with him. Kazuma decides to bring the goddess herself, and they are transported to a fantasy world filled with adventure ruled by a demon king. Now Kazuma only wants to live in peace, but Aqua wants to solve many of this world's problems, and the Demon King will only turn a blind eye for so long. This manhwa follows Kazuma Satao, a young man who is offered a chance to be reincarnated in a fantasy world. With the help of a goddess, he is granted tremendous powers, allowing him to easily overpower any void that stands in his way. Number 3. ReZero, starting life in another world. This manga follows Subari Natsuki, a young man who is suddenly transported to a fantasy world. He quickly discovers that he has the ability to return by death, allowing him to travel back in time and alter the course of events. With his power, he is easily able to defeat any and all opponents who stand in his way. This is a show that everyone should at least try. No matter if you are looking for a casual shonen or you would like to explore the more interesting aspects of it, this anime will deliver. The only downside is that clever use of cliffhangers makes you want more. Number 2. Overlord. This manga follows Momonga, a powerful player in the virtual reality game Yggdrasil. When the game servers are shut down, Momonga finds himself trapped in the game world, now with the power to do whatever he wishes. As he embarks on a journey to discover the secrets of the new world, he quickly finds out that no one is a match for his power. Overall, a 7.5. It would have been higher, but the story gets so wacky sometimes. It does not explain anything why he got transported or his friends if they exist there. Has not explained why a creation of his got controlled. Well, overall, I recommend reading this novel when you are bored or too much having free time. Number 1. The Rising of the Shield Hero. The story is pretty good. It's about a guy who gets transported into an RPG-like universe along with some of his classmates. This is a pretty common setup so far as fantasy manga with game-like worlds go, but there is a twist. He is an outcast since the world's religion worships the 3 heroes who will shape the world, and he is the unwanted 4th hero. I also like that he doesn't act like a good guy. This manga follows Naofumi Iwatani, a young man who is suddenly transported into a parallel world and given the task of becoming one of the 4 legendary heroes. He quickly discovers that he is the only one of the 4 who is not revered by the people of the world and is instead treated as an outcast. Despite the odds, Naofumi rises up and eventually proves to be an unstoppable force. Okay, these are the top 10 Isekai manga with an OPMC that no one can defeat. Whether you are a fan of a fantasy, sci-fi, or just like a good story, these manga are sure to please. So, what are you waiting for? Pick up one of these manga and start your journey into a world filled with adventure and excitement.